Hi class! What I'm going to do is show you the basics of how to prepare your magazine ad for print. So remember, we're in Illustrator right now, which is a vector program. Our document is CMYK, and we can check this in our color box right here. And it's set up as CMYK. So what we need to do for print is we need to create something called a bleed. And what a bleed does is, let me extend this. This is our background solid. A bleed extends past the edge of your document. And you do this because the printer is going to print this on a bigger size sheet of paper. This document right here is 8.5 and 11. So if they print it on 11 by 17, they're going to print what's inside this line right here and outside, which is the bleed. And they do that because when they trim it, they'll trim it right here on this line, and you won't get any white caps in case the printer's off slightly. So bleed makes your image look seamless and more professional. So you can create a bleed in Illustrator when you first start off, but if you haven't yet, it's easy to add a bleed. So what you can do is in Illustrator, you're going to go to File, Document Setup, and what we're going to do is we're going to add an 1/8 of an inch bleed, which is 0.125 inches. You can go bigger, but you cannot go smaller. Okay. So we hit OK, and our bleed is to this red line right here. Okay, so what we need to do now is extend our image to the red line. Okay, if your image isn't big enough, this is something you need to correct in Photoshop with it being 300 dpi and then re-importing your image. If you have a solid, like I do right now, is I can easily just extend it in Illustrator. You can go up beyond the red line, but you can't go beneath it. Okay, so what we did is we just set up our bleed in Illustrator. So we're ready to save it as a PDF for the printer. So to do that, we're going to go to File, Save As, and we're going to go to PDF. Okay, and what this brings up is our default settings right here. So the thing that you really need to do no matter what is you have to come here and go to Marks and Bleeds. And in Marks and Bleeds, you have to turn on trim marks, which are also called crop marks. So if you get a document back from the printer and they say they need crop marks, you need to go into Illustrator and turn on your trim marks. And I'll show you what that looks like. So we have our document ready to save as a PDF, and we have our trim marks on, and we also have our bleed. So we'll go to Save PDF. So let's open up our PDF we're going to send to the printer. And we notice here, when we look at it, we have our bleed. Our image extends past the edge, which are these lines right here, which are our crop marks or our trim marks. So what the printer is going to do is they're going to print this as is. It's going to look like this on the piece of paper. And then they're going to cut it or trim it right here on these lines. So that's the basics of setting up a bleed for your magazine ad, so you can send it to the printer. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.